What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. I know everyone has been asking and wanting an update on the Savoy, and finally, boys, I have an update for you guys. So originally the plan for the VR5 was to do a very quick refresh, like leave majority of the stuff on it. Because you guys remember, this thing was a very, very smooth running engine. I just wanted to do coil pack, spark plugs, and basically that was really it, and then slap it in the car as fast as possible. But obviously, that didn't happen, but it's actually kind of good. Since it turned into like a longer build process, I went through and I ordered a whole bunch of parts because while it's out, we might as well do change. We might as well do just about everything to make it as fresh as possible going back in the car. So this is my list here. Went through and ordered a ton of things for the engine. So starting from the top here, I did new coil packs, new spark plugs, new valve cover gasket. The injectors here need to get taken off and get cleaned, so those will be like brand new and fresh, ready to go. New water pump. I couldn't find a crack pipe, but new water pump, new thermostat housing, new thermostat with a lower opening temperature, so it just runs cooler. New rear main seal. I got new exhaust manifold gasket, new intake manifold gasket. I got a new oil filter, a new oil pan, and I think that's just about it. Oh, also the timing chain kit, upper, lower, all the guides, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's just about it that I got. But other than that, I mean, like, the engine itself already ran great. There was no major leaks. A few like oil, like residue here, and a little bit down here. But again, that's getting swapped out. This is getting swapped out. But everything else is good to go. I probably didn't even need to do the water pump, but while it's here, just get it done, knock that out, knock all this stuff out. So that's my parts list for right now. I didn't plan on swapping the cams. I was gonna keep the stock V5 cams in it, but I found some companies that do sell cams. So maybe while I'm doing the chains, swapping some cams, we'll see. But I'm just excited that a whole bunch of parts have been ordered. We can finally start making some forward parts on this thing. And today, I'm gonna start tearing it down just a little bit, not everything, but a good portion of all this will come off today because I wanna get the block as bare as possible. Paint everything. We want to paint this and just get moving on this thing. It's been far too long, and I know that, but again, life gets in the way. You got bills to pay. Car parts can't always come first, but now we are actually back to this thing, which is sick, and I'm really excited to get back to it. Now the next thing I need to order probably today or tomorrow. So over here, let me pull this out fast. This is all the pieces from the stock V5 clutch. Well, the 4Motion, this is the O2M 4Motion trans. Obviously, this car was all-wheel drive before. This hefty boy, if I can get it, this thing right here is a super heavy dual mass flywheel, meaning instead of having one plate, the center section can move like that. There's like springs back here, takes some like the initial shock off it. They help make the ride smoother, but a lot of times the springs in here can break, causing damage and whatever else. So I thought originally I had to swap out the dual mass. I couldn't use this with, I'm not using this trans in this car. This car is gonna be an O2J 5-speed with the VR5. And I was told I couldn't use the dual mass fly with the O2J, but you actually can use this one if you wanted to. But I'm gonna be swapping to a single mass with the clutch and all that kind of stuff. But I learned for the VR5, you can actually use the exact same VR6 12-valve clutch. It all works and fits exactly the same. So the same clutch I have in Miley right now, that eBay one I bought, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. That's been amazing so far. All that stuff will fit on this engine as well. So right now I'm doing some research, looking through clutch kits and this and that to see what I can find. But yeah, this sort of thing will be a single mass flywheel VR6 clutch going on the VR5 engine, and I'll be taking care of probably ordering that either today or tomorrow, just once I find the right one. And then after that, I just need the transmission, which I do have an O2J sitting over there. So I do have one right now if I want to set up from the other VR6 engine, and then the harness, which Eurocraft still has. But either way, I'm just trying to get ahead of it a little bit. That way when the harness comes back, I'm pretty much ready to go and just plug everything up and drop it in the car. We still have to do the front brake conversion, the rear brake conversion. I mean, there's still a lot of things to do, but I'm just excited to actually get the ball rolling once again. So for everyone wanting an update on the Savoy, tons of parts been ordered for the VR5, even more to still order today. The Savoy shall be getting some love very soon. Now, don't be mistaken. This car is not gonna be done in like a week or 2 weeks. I wish it was, but that's just actually, it's not the case, but I just want to show you guys that the ball is now rolling once again. I also need to go through and order some paint. The valve covers will be wrinkle black. The block will be gloss black. This will stay silver. I'll probably do this in the OEM silver, maybe wrinkle black as well. The intake manifold over here, this will be paint matched to the car. This will get paint matched to the car. This will get trim painted black because we love trim paint. I think I'm going to do the brake booster paint match to the car, and then a few other accessories in wrinkle black. Just, it doesn't look good. I'm excited. It's gonna look really fresh when it's all done. And then aside from engine specific stuff, I also have a shift knob for inside the car. I have a couple of the aluminum door piece fitting in the car. I have the brake calipers for the 280mm rotors for the front. I have to order the rotors front and rear. I already have the little stub axle thing for the rear to convert it from drum to disc. I've been collecting a lot of parts of this car on the side. Haven't made any videos on it, but just collecting. So once the time comes and I have all the pieces together, hopefully it'll all come together very smoothly. Now, my original plan was to use my Polo Box O2J to put into this car as a shifter setup, and then I found a whole new shifter assembly like setup that I want to put in Miley, and I'm going to put Miley's shifter box into this one since it's an O2J already fully rebuilt, good to go. But then I thought I might just get 2 of the new shifter setup and do one in Miley and one in this car, because that would be pretty cool. So we'll see. All right, now before we start pulling this thing apart, I had to grab Ziploc baggies because organization is the key to a very successful and smooth rebuild. Also, aside from having nicely labeled baggies like that, it's good to go through and take pictures of every angle, just in case you can't remember later on. It's always good to be able to see how it was before you tore it apart and messed everything up, you know? Always good to make sure you can reference how it was. All right, now we tear it apart. Alright, so teardown so far has been going smoothly until I got to here. The water pump on this one's actually triple squares. Also, Nick's here, somebody. Hey. All the way from the UK yet again. Yep. But this was actually held on by triple square, which is weird. And I have my 10 and my 8, but I'm not sure where my small one is. I need to find that so I can pull this out. Rear knock sensors off. So I need to pull off the front crank sensor down here and pull off the oil filter housing and all this together. But fuel rail is off. I'm gonna pop out the injectors. Everything's in nice little baggies here. I think that's just about it. And then I need to go through and get the, if I do it today, both cam sensors up here, the auxiliary pump, and then go through and get all of the timing covers off, remain seal out. Probably do all that, and maybe then tomorrow or the next, sometime this week, I'll flip it over, pull the pan off, and then we start cleaning and start painting stuff. But I want to get majority of the block stripped today if I can. That way we can get, I mean, it's not really that dirty, surprisingly enough, but get the grimy spots off there, and then work on getting painting and stuff. Was it?
When you're doing an engine rebuild this thorough, you do want to paint the block.
Oh yeah, in the VR6 I painted it black, and then I painted this a nice fresh silver, so while it's all out, you might as well go through and do as much as possible. Pull this off. Get that out of there. We got a new one coming. Yeah, so far so easy until I got to that. It's weird to see a triple square for the water pump, but maybe they're just like that. I actually found my my 6mm, my M6 Torx bit here. Surprisingly enough, you can see the end there. I twisted it on something, but it still should hopefully work, so we can pop that out. But you brought your Polo this time, so
yes,
let me see that thing. So this is it, huh? This thing is cool. It says in what, 96 or 95?
It's a 96, but it's registered as a 95. Mark IV steering wheel.
Oh, same as me?
Yes, and the Mark IV gear knob. And nice. Surprisingly enough, the splines match up to a Polo.
Oh yeah. A lot of the Volkswagens are they just mix and match parts from year to year.
Exactly. I've done the Mark III Recaro seats.
See that? Yeah, same symbol I have. Look at the opener too. That's so cool.
Yeah, it fully works. Most of them actually don't work. It's all.
Cool car though.
I say that.
Oh, he says it. The brake just now. Oh, it works good.
You need to give it a little push.
It's a little helping hand. It's fine. Look at that.
Spare roof.
A lot of guys do the open air on the Mark III, like the Jettas and stuff, and I would love to do it.
It is very.
I've just never had the. I don't know. I got to cut my whole roof up. That's kind of sketch, but they do look super cool though when they're open.
Fold up in a different way.
Yeah. So the Mark III Recaros fit right into the Polo?
No, these have been converted.
Okay.
The fronts fit perfectly fine. The rears,
Yeah, do a little adjusting.
Yeah, they have the same sort of clips as the Vento
Okay.
that you were stripping the other day, the hard to get off clips.
So yeah, just slightly different variations.
Yeah.
But hey, they're in there. That's cool.
But they do fit in, and the bottom.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Modified, so it's a cool little car.
Yeah, I like it. I like how like tiny it is. It'd be fun just to rip around. Oh boy. Actually the first Polo I've ever driven before will be this one. I like the wheel. Well, I feel like I'm in my car, like just other side of the all right, let's see. Nice. Got a nice like soft, it's like soft and like kind of stiff at the bottom.
Yeah, it does get
oh, on this side. That's weird.
The Polo ones on a cable, so they stretch and contract the heat.
So this is cable clutch still?
Yeah, it's
okay,
cable
no
clutch
worries.
still.
Oh, the pedals are kind of close too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see down there, but the pedals are kind of like, my feet are almost to each other.
And the operation for the windows in the center as well.
Like a Jeep.
Yes.
There you go.
It's a bit odd when you go from a Mark III to a Polo.
Yeah, it's very similar how it feels, but then obviously you can tell the difference. Like this is similar to Mark III. This is all very similar to Mark III, almost exact same. And then that's very similar, but little differences here and there. It's cool though.
Yeah.
We made it.
One thing I noticed is loads of nice American cars around here.
Oh yeah, base being right here. Yeah, you'll see a lot of Chargers, Challengers, Jeeps, Dodge Rams.
It's like being in America without actually going to America.
Similar, yeah, very similar. I just looked. He said he needed fuel, but this man is on hopes and dreams. There's nothing in there. I assume your gas light doesn't work.
It doesn't actually have one.
There's no like low fuel light?
There is no low fuel light.
So if you're not paying attention to a Polo, you're gonna be screwed real fast. Because like we are below the white line, you can see that.
It's got the space for one, but
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn this off before we, at least we're here, but there's no fuel left in this thing. It's funny, it's like I'm in a Mark III because of like the Recaros and like the steering wheel. It feels like a Mark III / Mark IV, but little differences. It's fun to drive though. I'm not the biggest fan of the pedals though. They're very close. Like to get my foot to the dead pedal, is like it hits. I have to go like under and over. It's just like a right hand drive. There's just not a lot of room. But other than the pedals being very close, the car's pretty cool. I like it. All right, so Nick just left. It's been raining for the past like hour or so. It got much colder. I snagged some parts from him. He got some parts from me. Cool little deal there. I'm gonna go through real quick and get a handful of things pulled off. Probably done for today. I still want to get the cam sensors off, 1 and 2, the pump here, the rest of these hoses over here, and then pretty much the front side cleaned up. Hopefully this one, even though it's twisted a little bit, I hope that one still works. And get the water pump out of there and pretty much call it a day at that. So it is very cold out here and I'm done for the night, but lots and lots of good progress tearing down the VR5. The back's all cleared out, the front is all cleared out, and then the piece laying down this side also all cleared out of the way. All we have left to do, upper cover, lower cover, all the timing chain, the guides, that kind of stuff, and then the oil pan down at the bottom, and this thing will be stripped and good to go. And then hopefully within like a week and a half, all the new parts will be here, and then just slap everything back on, and then it's good to go. I gotta say, I'm really happy with like how clean this engine is. It had 220,000 kilometers, I wanna say. So not too many miles, but like, there's not too much like dirt and grime build up. There's a cool little Volkswagen emblem down there. But overall, it's a fairly clean engine to begin with, so making it look nice and pretty will be pretty easy. Won't be a lot of heavy degreaser or like cleanup to do. I need to get myself more of these lights. I moved all the parts for the VR5 from over there to this little spot over here, just trying to keep it more organized. But yeah, it's it's very dark back here, so I'm gonna run those lights through and over to this side. But I want to keep it a bit more organized so you can see everything's nice and laid out and all in its place. I gotta say though, it does feel good working on this again, knowing that hopefully very soon this will all be done. We can just enjoy the car, drive it, and have glorious 5-cylinder sounds. If you haven't heard the VR5 before, it's a mean sounding engine. It's similar to a VR6, but it has more of a, it's hard to explain. It has its very own unique sound to it, and I think it sounds so good. I can't wait to do like a nice proper exhaust. The Savoy's gonna be awesome. I know it's been on hold for a long time, and again, I appreciate your patience. We got bills, this and that, but we're making forward progress. I'm gonna try and order a clutch tonight if I can find the one I wanna go with, and then a few other things here and there, but mostly I covered almost everything that I need to do for like the rebuild portion. I'm not pulling the head off, I'm not doing pistons, all that kind of stuff. All the valves look clean. It ran great before, so I don't think I need to tear the engine. I can do all like a full rebuild, But a nice little refresh, get the thing nice and cleaned up, and I think it's going to do very, very well inside the Savoy. That'll be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. It's so similar to a VR6, but just a little bit different. That sounds sick.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. I drank too much.